Hi everyone. Today we are going to learn to write a program to check a number is palindrome number or not. Now, those who are wondering what is a palindrome number, let's take an example and understand. So, if we consider a number like 121 or 4334, that is 4334. So these are an example of palindrome number. As in, if you read this number from left to right or from right to left, it will be the same. Now to do so, one thing what we have to do is, we need to first find reverse of that number and check whether it is equivalent to the actual number or not. So let's begin. We will take a variable called as number. We'll ask the user to enter the input. So we will use int and input function. And we know, why do we use int? Because we want the user enter data, which is read as string, to be converted into integer, and then we would like to store in a number variable. So we'll say enter a number. Now post this, I would like to find reverse of this number. Now how do I do so? So to find reverse of this number, let's say 4334. What would be the reverse of this number? 4334. Now those are not getting my point. I'll just elaborate a little. For example, reverse of number 123. Reverse of 123 should be 321. So in case if I'm trying to find the reverse of the number 123, it will be 321. And we know that 321 is not same as 123. That's why 123 is not a palindrome number. Now what would be the logic for it? Very simple. We will start the logic by first. So let's say we will take a number 123. We'll apply the logic on this to get 321 first. So it's easier for you to understand as well. Now from 123, what we would do is, we would first take out 3. Then I would like to take out 2 and then 1. Now these are single digits. We just don't want 3, 2, 1. We want the numbers 3 to 1 to be placed as 321. So to do so, let's see what we are going to begin with. Now, user is entering, let's say, the number 123. I want to find 3 out of 123. So the very first thing what I'm going to do is, I'll be using a loop over here. Let's decide the condition after writing our few lines of code over here. So if I have a number 123 and I want to find its last digit, the data present at unit place, what I will do is, I will divide the number by 10 and we will store the value in a variable. Let's say REM. So I'm going to get 3 out of 123. Those who are not aware of this concept of why we are dividing it by modulus 10, you can try printing the value of REM to understand. Number modulus 10 is going to give us 3 currently. So similarly, next iteration, I would like to get 2 and I would like to get 1. Now to get 2, I need to make this number as 12. So as in, when 123 becomes 12, I can get 2 out of it. And then ultimately what remains is 1, from which we will get the last digit in this number, that is 1. And then simultaneously, we have to use the numbers 3 to 1 and make it as 321. So very simple formula what we are going to apply is, next iteration it is going to give me 2. So I have to combine 3 and 2 to make it 32. Similarly, in another iteration, I would have to combine 32 and 1 to make it 321. So to do so, what am I exactly doing over here? So let's say I'll take another variable called as REV and I will initialize it to 0. We know Python is a dynamically typed language. You do not need declaration of variables in Python, but as and when you are writing an expression where a variable is used on both the sides of the equation, you will definitely have to initialize that variable by some number. So REV is equal to REV into 10 plus REM. Those who are confused, wait, I'll let you know what am I doing here. So with the help of comments, we'll just write down what are we expecting here. First, this will give me the value of REM is 3. Now when the value of REM is 3, let's try and fill this equation. We are saying initially REV is 0. We are multiplying it by 10. Then we would like to add 3 to it. So that way REV becomes 3. So we got what we wanted. Over here, we want 3. In the next iteration, by the end of next iteration, we would like to use the previous 3, combine it with the current 2 and make it 32. Similarly here, we would like to combine and make it as 321. So let's see how we'll do it. Now I got 3 out of 123. The next thing is I have to reduce the number 123 to 12. And to do so, we have to simply do one thing, as we are all aware of. Basically, if you divide two numbers, it will give you two results. One, which is quotient, another, which is the remainder. Now, as per your necessity, you will use the operations. Right now, we want quotient. That is 123 divided by 10, we will get the quotient as 12. Correct. So, I'm going to divide the number by 10 and store the result in the variable number. Why? Let me tell you. So what are we doing here? 123 divided by 10, which is going to give us 12. Now this 12 in the next iteration should be get utilized in this line again. That is 12 modulus 10 will give us 2. Correct? And then our second expression over here would be, what is the previous value of REV? 3. Okay, for those who are having a little confusion, I can write the name of variables for you over here. So initially number is 123. With each iteration, it is going to get reduced. So 123, then it will become 12, then it will become 1. And while performing modulus 10, I am getting some result which I am storing in the variable REM. And ultimately, I have written an expression to get the result in REV. So this values you can check on with the respective variable names. So once I get 2, I have to use 3 and make it 32. And how is that going to happen? Because of the previous loop, we have got REV's value is 3 multiplied by 10 as per the expression and add the current REM, that is the current remainder value. So add 2 to it. So that is going to give you 32. And then you're going to divide 12 by 10 and you're going to get the number 1, which you will store again in the variable number. So in the next iteration, what you're doing is 1 modulus 10 is going to give you the remainder as 1. So in all the 3 iterations, you got each and every single digit of the number 1 by 1 because of the modulus. This expression is required so that you can utilize the single digit number what you're getting because of modulus to combine and make it the reverse of the number. So over here, my expression would become something like previous value of REV is 32, which is going to get multiplied by 10, and you're going to add 1 to it. So that will become 321. And now, for the last time, your loop is going to change the value over here for variable number. So when you do 1 divide by 10, it is going to give you quotient as 0. So the quotient in this case will be 0. That means the last value of variable number is going to become 0. That means we have to run the loop till number is not equals to 0. Once the number reaches 0, stop executing the loop. Now you can use the same logic for a 4-digit number like 4334 or 1221. You're going to get the reverse of it. To confirm, you can try and print the reverse value. Reverse number is Now, those who are thinking, we started with palindrome, how did we ended in finding REV? Just 5 minutes more and you get the clarity on why we have written the code for reverse of a number. So I'm going to enter a number, let's say 123, and I got the reverse of 123 as 321. You can try any other number of your choice once you run the code. Let's say 258 or 2589, and the output is 9852. That means we got the reverse. And how will we check whether it is palindrome or not? Very simple. I'm going to put a palindrome number. We are going to find reverse of it. And if they are equal, that means it's a palindrome number. Now, visually, you can identify it's a palindrome number, but your program must identify and print out the result. So let's see what shall we do for that. Before doing that, let's say I would just like to modify the statement a little bit. Reverse of, I would like to print the original number, right? Variable number is basically what I'm trying to do is I want an output something like this. Reverse of 123 is 321. I'm expecting an output like this. So let's try and run this program to get an output like this. So I'm entering a number as 123. Now the interesting thing is when I done the program, I don't get the output as reverse of 123 is 321. Instead it printed 0. Let's try some other number. Let's say 438. Still I'm getting the value as 0. That means number is not storing the original value by the end of the while loop. And yes, you might have clicked why is that so? Because in the calculation part we just saw that by the end of the while loop number becomes 0, and that's when the while loop stops. That's why since the value of number is going to get reduced to 0, once we take the input from the user, we would like the value of number to be safely stored in a temporary variable. You can give any name to this variable. So instead of printing number variable over here, we would like to fetch the data from temp variable, which is holding our original data. And there we are with our output as reverse of 123 is 321. I just removed some extra spaces I had added, and there you go. So this is the output. Now I have to just modify this program. So if your question is write a program to find reverse of a number or to print reverse of a number, then you can go ahead with this logic. But if you have a program to find palindrome of a number, to find it, but if you are writing a program to check a number is palindrome or not, then use the same logic, but avoid this print statement and just use a decision indicate statement, that is an if-else block. So I'll check if the value of REV is same as the original one. Currently we have the original one in the temp variable. Then we can safely print as temp is a palindrome number. If that is not the case, then definitely we have to make use of an else block. I'll just take the print statement from here. Temp is not a palindrome number. Let's try and run this code. So first I'm going to enter 123, and we know reverse of 123 is 321, which is not same as 123. That's why the output will be 123 is not a palindrome number. And if I run the program by entering 4334, then it is going to print an output saying 4334 is a palindrome number. So that's our program for checking whether a number is a palindrome number or not. You can try variations of this program. Now the variations can be, you can try and modify this program by creating a function called as check palindrome, and you can put the logic of finding whether a number is palindrome or not in the function. Or you can have separately a function for reverse, which just takes your number and return the reverse data of it. So just to modify your program, you can write or modify your code by adding other concepts in this. So I hope you've understood the logic and the code behind finding a number is palindrome or not. If you have any queries, please let me know. I'll get back to you on that. Thank you.